No Child Left Behind promises that every child will learn how to read before third grade. Lots of kids are being left behind. Two, three, 6, 7 points. Here we go. The kids who have trouble with reading in particular, they fare so much better on a one-on-one type of situation. That way I get to know them personally. I get to know their emotions. I get to know their cognitive abilities. And I design a program specifically for that person and that person only.
Lisa Popper has been working in the field of interventional education therapy for the past 15 years and has dedicated her life and career to finding new inroads to unlocking the doors that block the learning process. Her research and work at Creative Learning Concepts has led her to create innovative and forward-thinking strategies to help the learning challenged child become successful. Lisa, tell us a little bit about your company, Creative Learning Concepts.
Jan, I tried the tutoring thing and I found that there was something missing, and I really needed to start a company that was to focus on interventional education therapy and also focus on the individuality of each student.
Lisa, in looking at your brochure, I see a wide range of syndromes that you address in your treatment strategies. Let's talk about some of these.
Wow. I see a broad range of disorders, from dyslexia to autism to rare brain disorders, from the ages of 4 years old, let's say, through adulthood.
Lisa, we understand that there's a major problem if we let these diagnoses go untreated and these children fall between the cracks. What is it that we should be looking for?
It's very important to make sure that one doesn't overlook the warning signs, and it's very easy to do it. They can be obvious. The child can voice grievances to their parents that they don't get what they're doing in school. A child can come home and have an emotional breakdown, and then it's guesswork on the parents' part. But if that happens, that's a telltale warning sign that something's wrong in school. Or let's say the easiest example I can give is a kindergarten or first grader who's having trouble identifying sounds and words and letters and their corresponding sounds. They're behind most of the other students in their class. That's the most obvious one.
What's the most common problem that you deal with in your practice?
I have to say that dyslexia is probably the most common learning difference that I'm dealing with today, in addition to a student not performing at grade level.
Lisa, on that subject, we're seeing a huge increase in the incidence of autism and the symptoms in the autistic spectrum. What is it that you are seeing that you can identify, and how you're helping and you're treating these children?
I find that every autistic student that I see is different, completely different. And I've also found that most autistic kids are very concrete and very visually based, so that's how I have to design my materials for them. But it also has to be on a very methodical basis. You have to move at a snail's pace, and then you have to go back and review and move a little bit faster. Still has to be at a snail's pace, but there's lots of review and it's very concrete.
Now let's talk about the really exciting things you're doing with Popcorn Publishing and how you came to start in the publishing arena. Tell me about that.
Well, that's an interesting story. Popcorn's my baby, I have to say. It all started when I was living in California. I was teaching this little girl who had a double cortex, which is extremely rare. As a result of this brain anomaly, she was not able to remember anything. So each day that I came, I would have to review the previous day's material. And I found that the only way she could learn to read was if I bombarded her with a target sound or a sentence and gradually added to it. Here's the first book. This is the very first one I ever wrote. And this book, in addition to all the other ones I've written, bombard the student with one sound and one sound only. The vowel books have one vowel sound and one vowel sound only. That way the student can transfer the information from short-term memory to long-term memory.
So these books are a fabulous tool. If somebody's interested in buying them, what do they do?
Students can either get them during their time with me, during their sessions, or they can go to my website at www.clcmi.com.
In addition to her clinical work, research and popcorn publishing, Creative Learning Concepts offers many other services, seminars and programs, such as educational testing, writing workshops and education therapy. Her highly successful seminars include such topics as thinking outside the box, does my child have learning differences? How do I obtain services for my child? Anxiety and learning, meditation, cognitive intelligence versus emotional intelligence, metacognition, how one feels about the way one learns, how to be a proactive parent, and summer skills review and the importance of maintaining learning levels. For these and for more information about creative learning concepts and popcorn publishing, please check for regular updates and events on the web, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.